Namahatta. So firstly, a very big thank you to Shankar Shan Prabhu, Prahlad, Cameron Prabhu, Chanson Prabhu. What a beautiful kirtan. And to each and every one of you for singing and clapping along. Let's give them a huge round of applause. Such an auspicious way to start this evening's program. So on behalf of the Limasi Namahatta and the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, founded by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. Is there anybody that's coming for the very first time in our audience today? Second time? Oh, second time. Okay, let's give them a round of applause. Thank you very much for joining us. And thank you to each and every one of you. Yes, the weather is bad, but here you all are braving the weather on this Friday evening. And I think that's because we have this ecstatic, positive energy that's going around. It's Ram Navami in a few days. The 6th of April, we all will be celebrating Ram Navami. And I think we're already feeling the positivity and the auspiciousness in that beautiful day that's coming up. So it is my honor and my privilege in introducing today's speaker. So let's give a round of applause to His Grace Jugananda Pundit Prabhu. A huge round of applause to him. Prabhu is a disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami. Prabhu has also been serving in ISKCON for over 30 years. And he has worked on various local and international projects. We all know Prabhu for his astute classes on Vedic scripture, and many of you all will remember that Prabhu was with us a few Namahattas ago. I can't do the maths right now, but I can tell you that he's left a lasting imprint in our hearts and minds. His class was absolutely amazing. And one of the things that stayed with me, and I was saying this to Prabhu, and I'm sure many of you all will remember, that Prabhu imparted such an important lesson to each and every one of us as devotees and as people living in these times of Kali Yuga, of hypocrisy and quarreling, that we should all aim to be unoffendable. Do you remember that class? It was absolutely amazing. So in the secular world, Prabhu is a medical practitioner, he's a doctor, and his practice is in Pinetown, and he has a lovely family. His wife, Her Grace Jayashri Devi Dasi, is not here with us, but she's also such a warm and lovely person that we all know and we're familiar with. So we're all looking forward to Prabhu's class very much. Let's give him another round of applause.
Hare Krishna, again, thank you so much for those kind words and for being here today. Today's class is titled The Enthralling Pastimes of the Vandana Kings, a Ram Navami meditation. So in preparation for Ram Navami, we are going to remember some of these enthralling pastimes. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubheva Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So the Ramayana is composed of 24,000 shlokas. And today we have selected a small section from the Ramayana. This is from the 4th canto of the 4th book titled Kishkinda Kand. And herein lies our meditation. We said it's the enthralling pastimes. Pastime is a very specific word. In Sanskrit, the word is lila. It means that those activities enacted by the Supreme Personality of Godhead and His devotees. So when we say pastime, it's always in reference to the Lord and His devotees. And then we speak of the Vanara kings. So the enthralling pastimes of the Vanara kings. Now Vanara is a celestial race who have descended on this earth planet specifically under the instructions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself. And in this race, all the various demigods took birth. So although they looked like what we may say apes or monkeys, but they were from a higher planetary system. So it is a complete misnomer, one that's pushed by the detractors of Sanatana Dharma to say that this is a monkey god. We are worshippers of monkeys. No, don't make that mistake. These are Vanaras. So get used to saying that word. V-A-N-A-R-A-S. Vanaras. So the Vanara kings. So it means they are not ordinary personalities. Among the Vanaras, these are the kingly people we will meditate upon. So one day, a very powerful, monstrous-looking demon arrived at the gates of Kishkinda Palace. And as demons know very well, that the way to agitate someone is to insult them in the presence of their women. So he was calling out to Maharaj Vali, come out, challenging you. I challenge you, taunting him with all kinds of expletives, which we shall not repeat here this evening. And at that time, Vali, enraged, rightfully so, rushed out and engaged in a fierce battle with Dundrubi, the demon. And in the course of this encounter, Vali flung this demon with so much of thrust that whilst he was coursing through the air, parts of his body, his flesh, was getting removed from his body. So have an idea of what power was exerted on that demon. And by the time this demon crashed against the mountain, some 8 miles away, he had already left his body. But at that time, the sages were performing fire yajna on this mountain known as Rishyamukh, place of the sages, place of the rishis. And some of this blood from this demon is spilled onto Matanga Rishi. You may recall that Matanga Rishi is the spiritual master of Shabari. But at this time, he became naturally, devotees don't want to even touch blood. And what to speak of having the blood of a demon and his body parts desecrating the fire yajna that's taking place and on your person itself. So he naturally was, that's good, disgusted. And he uttered a curse that whoever has done this ghastly deed, if you ever dare step foot on the sacred place, the Rishyamukh mountain, you will immediately die. Sometime later, Dundhubi's son came to extract revenge for his father's untimely death. And he, in true demon fashion, came out and began challenging Maharaj Vali, telling him, I know you are busy with household chores at the moment. Now for a warrior to insult him that he's under the petticoat government is worse than death. And you should take your time. Don't come out now to fight with me, but complete your domestic responsibilities. And then take good rest so that you are fully rested and able, and come out in the morning. I'll be waiting for you. Of course, this enraged Maharaj Vali even further. Although inebriated at that time, because kings often partake of the pleasures of this world, more so than common people, because they have more opportunity to do so, more facility. And he rushed out, closely followed by his stepbrother, Sugriv. Mayavi the demon, seeing the charging, ferocious form of Maharaj Bali, made a U-turn in retreat and ran into the forest. And then entered a cave. So Maharaj Bali says to his younger brother, Bhaiya, you wait here. Look after, watch this entrance. I am going to go in because these demons are prone to deception. So we don't know what awaits within the darkness of these caves. Despite Sugriva's protestations to join his brother admonished him and said, "You remain there. Please do not." And he's a king. So he's not only speaking as his brother, he gave an instruction as a king. You have to follow. An entire year had passed. And Vali, there was no sign of Vali. And then one day, a blood-curdling cry and scream was heard. But that was not a Vali. And thereafter, a gush of blood came out through the mountain cave with silence. Sugriva became crestfallen, not having heard the sound even of his brother. He concluded that this demon must have finished him. And now what will be the situation for the inhabitants of Kishkinda? He had a duty to protect them. So he covered the cave with the biggest and heaviest rocks and boulders that could find, and made his way dejectedly back to the kingdom. And when he got there, he quickly summoned the ministers to report what had just occurred. The ministers decided that you cannot rule a kingdom without a king. And therefore, they were in unison in acclaiming that Sugriva should now take over the throne. Some days later, Vali appears. And he is, when somebody is extremely fatigued, they have a particular gait, the way they walk, right? So he was walking like this as he entered. And walking into the palace, he was greeted by a very unusual sight, where Sugriva was wearing the crown and adorned with other ornaments of regalia befitting a king. He was sitting on the throne, and this enraged him no end. But when Sugriva saw Vali, he immediately got off the throne, walked towards him with a warm smile and wanting to embrace him. "Welcome, Bhaiya." "Wow, so happy to see you." "What happened?" Because they had thought he was dead. But despite these pleasantries from Sugriva, Vali became more and more enraged. And he started to bellow. "I spent an entire year looking for this demon. And after what took an endless amount of time to finally neutralize him, I was so fatigued that I had to rest. And after resting for some time, as I was looking for my way out, I found my way blocked." Why would somebody have done that? And now as I get here, you have usurped the kingdom in my absence. And he went for his brother, kicked him, punched him. Now remember, Bali is extremely powerful. In fact, Bali had received a benediction from Lord Indra that whoever he faces in battle, half of his foe's power will get transferred to him. That makes you undefeatable, right? You face anybody. You can face the strongest man. But if half his power is coming to you, even though you may not be as strong as he is or she is, but if half that power comes to you, you're already way above them. You got their half plus your little bit, whatever it may be. So you always have the upper hand. So in this way, Bali was able to wipe anybody out. Enraged, his anger knew no bounds. Despite the pleas of the ministers and of his younger brother, Bali began to attack him and physically boot him out of the palace. There's no refuge now for Sugriv except to go to Rishyamuk mountain, where Matanga Rishi had uttered that curse that whoever spilt the blood on the sacred place, dare they step on it, will lose their life. So that was the only refuge on the entire planet that Sugriv could stay in. But still, Bali was so powerful that he was able to jump in such a way and with such accuracy that whilst airborne, he would kick Sugriv without touching the ground or punching. So therefore, Sugriv had to be on his guard 24/7 because he could be attacked at any moment. And Bali was always sending all kinds of people to find out his whereabouts and to attack. And with Sugriv was only a very small handful of people, maybe 4 or 5 at the most. Hanuman was the chief among them. Neel and Nal were there, Tarun, and possibly one other. And that was his entire contingent at that point. So one day, his emissaries, perched high up on Rishyamuk mountains, raised the alarm that, there's some activity taking place right at the base of the mountain on the shores of Pampa Sarovar, shores of this lake. And obviously, it demanded a lot of scrutiny. So from their vantage point, high up in the mountain, they could see 2 young, aristocratic-looking men dressed in the garb of hermits, but at the same time, unusually, carrying powerful weapons. Just by looking at their bows, they could decipher that they were carrying powerful weapons. They were not ordinary bows. Like sometimes we see security guards carrying huge guns, right? Like that. And other security guard carrying toys. So they could decipher that they carry powerful weapons. So immediately they all became hyper alert. And they looked completely out of place in the forest. Because forest dwellers have a particular, we say, phenotypic makeup. That means like how they look. You know, they're muscular, they're rough and tough, and they're hardy people, they got scars all over, you know, there are lots of hair growth in all places. And so they look, you know, they look like forest dwellers. But here you have these two young people with fine features, so well presented, but yet, on one hand appearing like hermits, but on the other hand carrying powerful weapons. And at that time, Hanuman said, where's the clock, by the way? I can't see it. 5 past. Okay, thank you. That at this time, Hanuman was saying, oh, they look like Kripa Sindhu. They look like the ocean of mercy. But Sugriva was saying, don't go by looks. Bali can try all kinds of means. Let us not take a chance. So, Hanuman, disguise yourself and go and assess the situation. Because Hanuman was very intelligent, very smart, he knew how to do this. And he took on a disguise. But after some time, it became apparent that they were not out to extract some kind of vengeance or to harm Sugriva. So Hanumanji, with that famous picture, carries them both on his shoulders and jumps up the mountain and presents them to Sugriva. Sugriva was very happy to see them. And he broke a sal branch and placed it and offered Lord Ram a seat, as befitting whenever you're the host to offer your guest a seat. Right? What they have done to all of you and me. And at the time, Hanumanji noticed that Sugriva had gone and sat next to Lord Ram. Because Sugriva was thinking, Lord Ram is like me. I'm a king in waiting, he's a king in waiting. My wife has been stolen, his wife has been stolen. I am kicked out in the forest, he is also banished in the forest. So, we are equals. But what intelligent Hanumanji had done, he went broke a branch from a flowering sandalwood tree. And he placed it at a higher level than where Lord Ramachandra was seated. And he offered that seat to Lakshmana. And thereafter, he went and took his seat on the ground. Sugriva noticed this. And without saying a word, he quietly slinked himself away from being seated on the same level as Lord Ram, and then went and also sat on the ground next to Hanuman. It's very interesting to note, Hanumanji placed that branch higher than Lord Ram. But that was not the point. He placed the branch higher than Sugriva. Because Sugriva was seated on the same level as Lord Ram. And he offered that seat to Lakshmana. So some pleasantries were exchanged in the meeting and so on. And all the stories were shared amongst them. And Hanuman prepared the feast actually on that very first day and offered it to Lord Ram and Lakshman. And then a pact was sealed between Sugriv and Lord Ram. The pact of friendship. That Ram will assist Sugriv and Sugriv will assist Ram. And hearing Sugriv's woeful situation, Lord Ram pledged to vanquish Vali and replace him on the throne. But Sugriv had some huge doubts because he knew how powerful Vali was. Although he heard about Lord Ramachandra's powers, he personally had not witnessed anything. So it's interesting to note that for one to become convinced, one should also test the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One should test him until you become convinced that he is the Supreme Personality. Often we hear that the disciple is tested, but here we see the opposite. So Sugriv was telling Lord Ramachandra about how powerful Vali is. And he said, just see, here are the bones, the skeleton of Dundubi. And that skeleton, even one part of the skeleton was so huge that even a few human beings could not even move it. Just one part of the skeleton. Remember now, this is it's only bones lying there. And it's broken bones because Vali had smashed him against the rocks of the mountain. So it's just pieces lying there. So Lord Ram nonchalantly used his toe and just flicked his toe, and that entire skeleton was flung not 8 miles as Vali had done, but 80 miles away.
Yeah.
Just by a flick of the toe. So he was impressed. It was a powerful display of prowess. I haven't seen anything like that before. But then he says, this is a skeleton. You know, Dundubi's body was ginormous. So, you may be able to do it to the skeleton, but the body is something else, 1,000 times heavier, maybe 10,000 times heavier than the bones. So then he began to mention that, see in the distance there are 7 sal trees. And in those trees, if you look carefully, there's a hole in each one. And these holes were made by the prowess, the archery prowess of Vali. So Vali used to practice every day his archery. So you should take dead aim, release the arrow, and it goes right through the hole. And there were 7 different trees, 7 different sal trees, and each time through the arrow, right through the hole, each time. So, by the way, sal trees are still existent in India, and a lot of the plates and cups that we see that made, the leaf plates and cups, most of them are made from sal leaves. So next time you eat your khichdi and baked in India, remember this pastimes. So So Lord Ramachandra strung his bow, and with one arrow, he passed it through all 7 holes. Now remember, these trees are at different levels, and the holes in the trees are at different levels. Now talk about intercontinental ballistic missiles. That is so powerfully directed and guided that it goes to the one hole, traverses its way, makes its way, bends and so on, goes to the next one, and goes up through one and down through the other and so on, and then returns back into the quiver of Lord Ram. At this point, Sugriv becomes convinced here. This is now a display of uncanny prowess, supreme archery. You don't get archers of this caliber anyway. Dhanraj Shri Ram Ji ki Jai. So now, Lord Ramachandra's time comes that it's time to deal with Vali. So Lord Ramachandra sends Vali, you go, call him out for a challenge. And don't worry, we'll take care of Vali. So now, Sugriv is trembling as he's going. Imagine you going to challenge somebody and you tremble. You yourself is fearful, but you're challenging somebody. So when Vali saw this, he scoffed at him. What's wrong with you? Don't waste my time. But still, he was insistent. I'm challenging you. This is a code, right? If somebody challenges you and you accept, like the king is bound to accept the challenge. You challenge the king, and if he doesn't accept the challenge, that means he is abdicating his kingdom. That's basically what it is. So, Bali came out. And remember, he's seething with anger already from the previous atrocities of his stepbrother. And he started beating him up to a pulp. And at that time, Lord Ramachandra began conversing with the others, telling them some stories. Now it's strange, right? If you go to a wrestling match or you go to a soccer stadium and so on, and there's action taking place, you've got no time to talk. You're watching the thing. You're riveted to what's going on there. But Lord Ramachandra is speaking casually, not even looking much at what's going on. And after a while, Lord Ramachandra walks away, turns his back on Sugriv. Sugriv now lost all hope. He ran for his life. And he comes asking Lord Ram, what happened? I thought you made a promise to protect me. You made a promise to wipe out Vali. What happened? Lord Ramachandra's response was, you all look alike, I couldn't tell the difference. But actually, if you look at pictures, and even if you look at the pictures of the battle of Vali and Sugriv, you see them, they don't look alike. And you'll see that they wear different clothes. Remember, this guy, Sugriv has been in the forest for so long. And the king's outfit and his outfit is completely different. Even though they may look similar, but already that can tell you a difference. One person wears a blue dhoti, one person wears a red dhoti. And you see it, the pictures are showing it even now. That their loincloths are very different. But the Acharyas comment that their mentality was the same. Both of them had the same mentality. And Lord Ramachandra couldn't tell their mentalities apart. Both of them were after prestige and power. They were drunk with a desire to enjoy. And therefore, Lord Ramachandra wanted nothing to do with it. But there's another reason why Lord Ramachandra turned his back on Sugriv. And that is for the offense that Sugriv had committed by not honoring Lakshman when he first arrived. He left Lakshman standing and only offered a seat to Lord Ram. That Lord Ram had never forgiven him. And this is another lesson. The Ramayana is full of lessons. Everything I tell you is a lesson. And here the lesson is that dishonoring Lakshman, who is the guru of all gurus, the spiritual master, is a greater offense. Dishonoring the devotee of the Lord is a greater offense than dishonoring the Lord. The Lord will forgive you for everything, but He will not forgive Vaishnava Aparadha. And then, the next time, soon after that, Lord Rama says, no, you should go back. Don't worry, this time we'll be ready. You go and challenge him again. Sugriva is now hesitant. He says, wear this garland before you go. And this is how we'll be able to tell you apart. So a garland of forest flowers was given to Lakshman. And for Sugriva to receive this garland, he had to bow down. And in that act, he was forgiven by Lakshman. He was forgiven by the dust at the lotus feet of Lakshman, actually, not by Lakshman himself. Because the garland got no significance otherwise. Imagine two people in mortal combat, and one is wearing a garland. It's going to come off in 3 seconds and disappear. So how will we be able to tell the difference? But Sugriva had no idea what was going on and how he was being assisted. That's why we say Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram. Patita Pavana, the friend, the most compassionate soul of the fallen. Patita Pavana. Those who are most fallen, they easily get the shelter of the Supreme Lord. So again, Vali was gaining the ascendancy because half the power of his adversary comes to him. So nobody could touch him. And he again began beating Sugriva black and blue. And he said, this time I had enough of you. Before this battle, Vali's wife, Tara, warned him. He said, something is remiss here. Why will a person, after being beaten so badly, come back so soon? And that too wearing a garland. Why would he do that? So please don't go out and fight. Let us send our intelligence, our security intelligence people to go and figure out exactly what is going on. But Bali would have nothing of this. He said, I should finish him off now. Once and for all, let me just take his life. And during this battle, as he lifted Sugriva above his head to smash him against a rock and crush his skull, at that exact moment, a whistling golden arrow pierced his heart, as if from nowhere. And Bali fell to the ground, writhing in pain. Because an arrow felt as if it was like boiling hot molten gold. Molten gold is like gold which is at a melting point, liquid gold. So imagine what temperature that is, few thousand degrees. And that is piercing his heart. Kshatriyas have a habit of writing their name on their arrows, on their weapons, so their adversaries would know who killed them. So Bali saw the name Ram. He is probably the only person in history who received the holy name straight into the heart. All of us access the holy name through oral reception, through our ears. And here, Bali looks up and he sees a smiling Lord Ramachandra. Smiling? Why is Lord Ram smiling? At the time of death, every devotee wants to see the smiling face and form of the Lord. Sundar Vigraha Megha Sham. This is now the next shloka in the Raghupati Raghava Sri Ram Dhun. Remember this prayer composed by Lakshmanacharya is the original prayer and the only one to be sung by the devotees. The other political versions have no ability to infuse bhakti into the hearts of the conditioned living entities. And therefore, His Holiness Kadamba Kanana Maharaj says, in the end of this actually, if you look at KK songs and you see it, if you search it, you'll see it at the end, that we should focus exclusively on this. This is the original version. So Bali asks Lord Ram, tell me, what wrong have I done you? Why did you attack me? On what grounds you have released an arrow whilst I was already engaged in a battle? This breaks all the codes of conduct. You're a coward. What a cowardly act. And you have, you're celebrated everywhere as the cynosure of religiosity and dharmic principles. But Bharat Dharma will not approve of this. Imagine this. He is quoting Lord Ram's younger brother, Bharat, as the gold standard in Dharma. And it's true. He is just amazing, Bharat. And Lord Ramchandra is smiling. He said, wow, so nice. He's remembering my brother like this. And he says, by what authority do you dare to engage in this mortal combat with me? I am innocent in this matter. I have done no wrong. So therefore, you are only a symbol of righteousness. But in actuality, when the chips are down, when your wife has gone away, you have lost your moral compass. You cannot decipher what is right or wrong. In this way, Vali was venting. And then Lord Ramchandra begins. This is a big section, by the way, in the Valmiki Ramayana, but we just summarize it for you, as we only have a few minutes. So Lord Ramachandra's responses are very noteworthy. And many people have difficulties with Lord Ram on two aspects. They have trouble with him killing Vali and how he killed Vali. And they have difficulty with processing why Lord Ram banished Mother Sita. Right? Okay, so today we're dealing with the first issue. So Lord Ram says, I am the servant of Maharaj Bharat. And Maharaj Bharat is the emperor of the entire planet. So all the small kingdoms, every town and village story, they are subservient to the emperor. And as the representative of the emperor, it is my duty to punish wrongdoers, beasts, humans, birds, or any living entity. Kshatriya, that's a Kshatriya code. Said, but you are an atitai. You are an aggressor. There are 4 types of aggressors that must be punished with death by the Kshatriyas. You know that? The 4 types. And the one is that he has forcibly taken Ruma, the wife of Sugriv, and had been abusing her. For that offense, punishable by death. If Ram did not punish him with death, then how is Ram going to punish Ravana with death? Not possible. Because remember, Lord Ram's stated purpose is Paritranaya sadhunam vinashchaya cha dushkritam. Vinashchaya cha dushkritam. Yes, to annihilate, wipe out all these demons. He came with that expressive purpose. So therefore, he has to make sure that there is no room to let them off the hook. So you are a great offender. So Lord Ram presents the next set of arguments, the moralistic point of view. And then he says, I have a pact with Sugriv. Sugriv is my friend. To assist Sugriv is my duty, my dharma. What harm is there? What wrong is there? I don't need to know who his enemy is, but as long as he is the enemy of my friend, he is my enemy. And then Lord Ram continued, because Maharaj Vali is asking, but why? Why did you have to shoot me hiding like a coward? Why did you not face me? And very interestingly, Lord Ramachandra says that the kingly class, the Kshatriya class, are hunters, and they perfect their skills by practice. And at the same time, they cull animals, they hunt animals, they're hunters. A hunter does not go to the animal and say, okay, you stand in front of me, I'll stand in front of you, and then I'll take you out. That doesn't happen. So, because remember, he's a Vanara, he's not a human being. A Vanara is part of the animal species, but from a higher planetary system. So very interestingly, Lord Ram presents an argument. But the Acharyas say a lot more that Lord Ram did not reveal. The deeper reasons why Lord Ram did not face Vali directly was to honor the benediction that he had received from Indra. Indra's benediction was that half of your powers, your adversary's powers, will be on you. So just to honor that, Lord Ram did not want his benediction to be false. How it will be false? If Lord Ram is the sum total of whole of infinity, if half of infinity had to go to Vali, that is still infinity. Okay? All the maths wills here, you know that, right? Half of infinity is still infinity. It's not half. And he can't handle it. He'll never be his body, he's got a material body. The body cannot handle what power lies in the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So therefore Lord Ram did not reveal himself. And if Lord Ram had to come in front of Vali, there was a possibility that Vali could have instructed his army to attack. But the Vanara army was predestined to help Lord Ram in the quest to firstly find Mother Sita, but also in the battle with Ravana. So Lord Ram did not want to unnecessarily have to kill his own people. You remember at the beginning I told you? They were all demigods who were said to take the bodies of the Vanaras in the forest and to assist the Lord in the pastimes. So these are some of the deeper reasons that Lord Ram did not tell Vali. And then there was the possibility that if Lord Ram had appeared in front of Vali, Vali would have immediately come to his senses and say, beg forgiveness, paid obeisances, my Lord forgive me. Because if whoever approaches the Supreme Lord, bowing down in supplication and begging the Lord for the Lord's mercy, the Lord says, Saakri Deva Prapanoyas, Tavasmiti Chayachade. The Buddha comes, he is duty bound to offer that person shelter. But here, Vali had to die. And the offense, the biggest of all the offenses was not that he had beaten Sugriva, not that he had unfairly taken the kingdom, but him stealing his younger brother's wife, who should be honored as mother. Your brother's wife must be honored as mother. So Vali finally comes to his senses, as all devotees do. When devotees go astray, and when you come and present them with powerful arguments, and they, in the presence of advanced devotees, or the spiritual master, or the Supreme Lord himself, these devotees suddenly have the recollection that they're wrong. And they understand that they can discern which is right and wrong. And then They bow down and beg forgiveness and get forgiven. Unlike the demons. The demons never do this. The demons go astray and they go more astray, even in the presence of the Lord. Because they don't listen to wise counsel, because they haven't had it before. It was never internalized before. So therefore it said in Bhagavad Gita, Neha Bhukramana Sarasti Pratyavadana Vidyate. That whatever you do in your spiritual life is to your eternal credit. It will always remain. So once a devotee, always a devotee. At that point, Vali removes his celestial necklace, which gave him the benediction that he could determine the point at which he could leave his body. Until that necklace was around his neck, he would remain alive. So Lord Ram tells him, Vali, Maharaj, I can give you your life back. Do you want it? It's your choice. And Vali said, my Lord, I will die in many lifetimes, but to die like this is the perfection of my life. And saying that, he removed the necklace and placed it on the neck of Sugriv. Not on Angad, his son. We would think like the father would give it to his son, but no, he gave it to Sugriv as an act of forgiveness. Say, my dear brother, you take this. The greatest gift that I have, I'm giving to you. The best of what I have, I'm giving to you. And you rule the kingdom. You look after my son. You assist Lord Ram. And you take care of all the inhabitants the way you'll be guided. With the wise counsel of Hanuman and Jamwant and others. So in this way, the kingdom passed to Sugriva. I think we should end here now. Thank you very much for your kind attention. I think it's time. And the Lord's pastimes and the commentary on the Lord's pastimes are unlimited. On each point, it could be expanded into, long sessions. And so just to give you a little taste, as we are preparing our minds and our lives and our spiritual lives in particular for the advent of our Sri Ram, that the Lord has so mercifully given us details of his nature, his character, his persona, his associates, his thinking, his standards, that we can follow the dictum that says, Rama adiyat pravartaniyam naravana adiyat. That means that in all circumstances in life, do as Lord Ram would do, not as Ravana. Maryada Purushottam Shri Ram Ji Ki Jai. Okay, one or two questions if there is time. Yes or no?
Yes.
Question one. I pray that you are well from your personal experience. Can you please share with us what is the easiest or most successful way to encourage people to get more serious in their spiritual life? People are very quick to make excuses as to why they can't engage in spiritual activities. A good example is the rain we are experiencing today. A full house today, I think pretty full. I was thinking, when I was driving here, that only the house people will be here. And I was thinking of raining so much. And I said, never mind, we'll have fun. We'll have fun. And so I'm very happy to see so many of you turn up. So the way to encourage people, again, we'll refer to this pastime. The enthralling pastimes of the Vanara kings. You see what Hanumanji did? He showed how to correct the superiors. His king was supreme, and his king was wrong, and so he can't go and tell his king in front of Lord Rama, "Hey, rascal, don't sit on there, same level. Come, sit down." He didn't do that. Very quietly, very humbly, he first offered Lakshman the highest seat, and that immediately got Sugriv. Hey, what's going on here? Got him thinking, got him, something unusual, got his attention, and then he went and sat on the floor. So the way to preach, the way to inspire others is by your own personal example. Don't do as I say, do as I do. That's the acharya, the standard of the acharyas. The acharyas teach by their personal example. So this is how. Remember, Sri Prabhupada says, purity is the force. Purity is the force. So and you'll notice, the devotees who are the most advanced, they always have the best sadhana, or very, very pakka sadhana. They get up early, they chant all their rounds nicely. They follow the tenets, the regulative principles. They read, they practice, they serve, they humble, they kind. That's it. We have examples in our midst all the time. And we can take those examples and we can draw our strength from them and become. Because who you associate with or who you aspire to associate with, you become. Yeah. Okay, I'll leave it. I wish Prabhu, can you please elaborate about Lord Ram's children lineage, Lo and Kush? Whoa. All one is Okay, briefly. This is another 10 lectures. Lo and Kush were there. Were apparently the two sons of Lord Ram. They were not actually the two sons of Ram. Right? Then one day what happened, Mother Sita left Lo, her only child, in the company of Vashishta Muni. They were in ashram. And then Vashishta Muni had to do something. He had to just go and attend to something quickly while the child was playing outside. And at that time, Mother Sita came and picked up Lo and, as mothers do, pick up and just go prancing, dancing around, playing with the child. And when Vashishta Muni came, he saw, what happened? This child had disappeared. And he said, wow. He was given the responsibility to take care of Lo. But now, how will he answer to Mother Sita? So, through his mystic prowess, he immediately created a replica, an exact same Lo. Because he used a piece of kusha grass to do so, chanting them, invoking the mantras in the grass. We talk of cloning and we talk of all these things. This technology is here, it's in the Shastras. Prowess is there through power of mantra. He infused that into the kusha grass, and the kusha grass became Kush. So this is Lord Kush. Right? So now, this is the last canto of the Ramayana. And amazingly, all the other cantos of the Ramayana, 7 books in total, were written before the events occurred. And here, in the Low Kush Kand, amazingly, it didn't appear in any other Ramayana before this. So the Ramayana ends before the Low Kush Kand. But this was specifically created by Yogamaya to achieve some very lofty ideals. The first of which is, and the highest of which is, Vipranamba Sevaya. That means service in separation. The highest perfectional state of Krishna consciousness is to serve in separation. To serve the spiritual master when he's physically present is wonderful. But to serve him when he's not physically manifest before your eyes, that takes another level of insight, understanding, and realization. And the love that develops in serving in separation is far more intense than the love that manifests in union when being present together. Like we say, right? Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Right? So it's like that. And here in this thing, we get a glimpse of this very lofty ideal in Ram Leela, but it becomes fully manifest in Krishna Leela. This section of the Ramayana, the Lava Kush Kand, also brings out the glories of Sri Ram. Somebody has to broadcast the glories. And these 2 youngsters were schooled by Valmiki from their very young age. Actually, like I told you, Valmiki was recording it, and he would tell these youngsters. So they knew everything. But when it came to the Low Kush Kand, Valmiki closed their mind. He stopped writing. And that was only penned later, after it was enacted. After Lord Ramachandra had returned from vanquishing Ravana, many of the servants who were assisting him, used to walk with their chest pushed out. They were, we're part of this entourage, we did it. We made it happen, We did this, we did that, But to destroy their pride and to make them humble again, at this time, a Rajasuya sacrifice was going to take place. And part of the Rajasuya sacrifice, as espoused in the Vedas, show that one releases a white horse that is allowed to roam through the entire kingdom for a period of 1 year. And when that horse returns after the period of 1 year, then the king is unchallenged. He remains unchallenged. So this time, Lo and Kush captured the horse and tied the horse like a plaything. They are young boys, they are small kids. Tied the horse, captured it, kept it like they thought it's a toy, it's a plaything. You know, like they got a pet. And after some time, the horse did not return. So a year had lapsed, right? Because the time given is 1 year. So after a year, the king will send out his military, go find the horse and see who is challenging my authority. So different personalities were sent out. And one by one, they all got defeated. Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrughan. I mean, these are Jodhas. These are, you know, amongst the powerful, they get powerful. And then Hanumanji came. Hanumanji was tied up. You know, he was ridiculed. He was, you know, tied up like disrespectfully, actually. And he was powerless against his two kids. And seeing all, you know, obviously all this makes a commotion and a big army coming. And seeing this, Mother Sita said, hey, she sees the, you see the horse is covered with the flag of the king. And when she saw the flag of Ayodhya, her heart skipped a beat. What offense my sons have committed? What have you done, sons? And then when she sees like great warriors, like especially warrior like Hanuman, who helped her so much, he is just sitting down in one corner, tied up like a nothing, you know, like a toy. She immediately broke down and started to explain to her sons who these personalities are. But in this way, the pride of all these devotees was destroyed. So the Lord Kush Khan is a very special place. Like I said, it's an exhaustive topic. I'm just giving you a sprinkling of what it's been designed by Yogamaya to achieve. And when you read it, you know, remembering these points, you can go much deeper into it. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Grantaraj Ramayana Ki Jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So you all would remember that at the beginning of Prabhu's class, he said that his topic is Ram Navami meditation, the enthralling pastimes of the Vanara kings. What a deep topic and what a deep class. Enthralling indeed, enlightening indeed, inspiring indeed. So let's give Prabhu another round of applause. And as I did mention at the beginning of the class, that Prabhu is a doctor. He is a medical doctor. And by profession, his patients come to him, he heals them, he makes their body stronger. And this evening, he's made each and every one of us stronger spiritually. So thank you very much, Prabhu, for such a lovely class. So I have a few announcements, please bear with me. I'm going to start off saying this. Yesterday was the 27th of March. And as I look into the crowd, I don't see any babies. So I can confidently say that each and every one of us should understand the significance of the 27th of March. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Anybody? No, not the first day of the Namahatta. It's something that each and every one of us, it will resonate with. So in 2020, the 27th of March was the day we had lockdown in South Africa. The 23rd of March, it was announced, and the 27th of March, we had lockdown. And each and every one of us will remember that period of lockdown, of COVID-19. We lost loved ones. We were unable to see loved ones. We were unable to associate with devotees. We were unable to go to mandir and take darshan of the deities. We were unable to go to work. We were unable to go to school. The list goes on. You all know how difficult that period was. So why am I talking about that right now? Because later was asked to Prabhu was how to encourage people more because people make excuses. I think it was something like that. So why I'm saying this is because 6th of April is Ram Navami. So let's bear in mind that a few years ago in 2020, we were unable to do the things that we're doing now. And perhaps we're becoming a bit complacent and we're taking for granted these wonderful opportunities that we have. So my humble request to you is, please take the opportunity to go to mandir, to take darshan, to take devotee association. It is so important. We've been given this gift again to have each other. So please use it wisely. So yes, it is Ram Navami coming up and there's some beautiful festivals taking place. So my announcements are pertaining to Ram Navami. Sunday we're having Food for Life. And in celebration of Ram Navami, the Food for Life Coastal will be cooking 8 handas of biryani. And yes, that is a big amount. So help and assistance is always required. Please, if you all are available, come through on Sunday and assist. There's cooking, packing, distributing. It's a whole process. And I promise you, it's a very fun-filled day. You get to be with devotees. You get to go and see the impact that you make when you take these biryani parcels out. You see the impact and the smile that it makes on people's lives. So please try to avail yourself for that. Just a few more announcements about Ram Navami. So tomorrow is the 29th and the Stonebridge Hall will be having a Ram Navami celebration. And this is from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And this is 2 Arch Road, Stonebridge in Phoenix. So this is a Ram Navami celebration taking place tomorrow. And let's not forget that on Sunday, there's festivities taking place at our temples. Shri Radhanath has a whole day festival, and New Jugananda Puri as well, Prabhu, is having a whole day festival for Ram Navami. Or maybe an afternoon. Okay, we will be posting that on the groups, but I do know that there's festivals taking place. Shri Radhanath is having one starting from the morning till the evening. New Jugananda Puri is also going to be having celebrating Ram Navami. So please keep yourselves available and go to the festival. Also, the Avula Mercy Namahatta has been given the opportunity to go to the Sanctuary of Oneness. This is in Sheffield Beach. And we will be having a Ram Navami class there on the 7th of April. And Cameron Prabhu will be rendering the class. So please do come through. It is at 6:30 to 8 o'clock. If you're available, it's a Monday. So it would be very nice if you all could join us. That is all my announcements to do with Ram Navami. Sorry, my phone. Okay. Also, Rath Yatra is coming up. 18th of April. There's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of plans. There's a lot of energy going around for Rath Yatra. So avail yourselves for that. And along with that lovely weekend that we're looking forward to, we're going to have lots of senior devotees that are attending that will be here in Durban. So please take the opportunity to get their association. And we have His Holiness Bhakti Vasudev Swami that will be coming to our Namahatta on the 11th of April. So if you all can save these dates, the 11th of April Maharaj will be here. And His Holiness Ram Govind Swami Maharaj will be coming on the 25th of April. So April, we're looking forward to some wonderful association from really wonderful senior devotees that have so much of knowledge to share with us. Also, Lamasi Namahatta will be hosting a grand Srila Prabhupada night on the 9th of May with NJP's Harinam team. So also, if you all can save the date for that. It is now time for birthdays, and our Lamasi Namahatta always has birthdays that he's celebrating. So I'm not sure if everybody is here that celebrated their birthday over this past actually it would be 3 weeks. Generally we have a 2-week break, but we had a 3-week break because last week there was a public holiday. So I'm going to call your name. Please don't feel shy. We are here to shower you with love and well wishes. So please do come forward. Pratisha, if she's here. Cameron's dad that we all lovingly refer to as Appa. Verona, Natasha, Ram Prabhu, Rohan, Bikesh Prabhu. And today is Bikesh Prabhu's mom's birthday, Jane. So can all of you please come forward? I hope I didn't miss anyone out. If you've celebrated your birthday in this past 3 weeks, please come forward. Don't feel shy. So this is what we're going to do. Our birthday boys and girls will come to the front as we're singing happy birthday for them. If you all can go ahead, cut the cake, feed each other. So we've got 2 birthday boys and a mom and son. Okay, lovely. So maybe perhaps we can get the 2 birthday boys to feed each other, and mom and son, you all can feed each other while the kirtan is playing. And thereafter, if you would like to say a few words, we would love to hear from you all. So can we get some kirtan going?
Hare Bol. Hare Krishna to you. Everybody. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna, Hare Bol. Hare Krishna to you.
And so say all of us, Nitai Go! Nitai Go! Nitai Go!
So on behalf of the Lamasi Namahatta, we'd like to wish you all a very happy birthday. May you all have a blessed Krishna conscious year. And thank you for coming to Namahatta. Thank you for giving us your love and support the whole year through. And from all of us, we wish you all the happiness, and may Lord Krishna bless you all abundantly. So we will now ask our birthday boys and our birthday girl, only if you're comfortable, you'll please share a few words with us.
Hare Krishna. Thanks very much, Mataji, to bake the cake and for us to celebrate our birthdays as a family. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. And I'd like to thank all the devotees that we send birthday wishes on the phone. And also on that day, we went out feeding in Stanga, and I really enjoyed it.
Radhe Radhe everybody. Happy belated birthday, Prabhu's. Happy birthday, Mom. I stand here tonight overwhelmed with gratitude. Thank you, Sri Krishna. Thank you, Srimati Radharani. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, His Holiness Radhanath Swami. Thank you to my Pita who's not present on earth. Thank you, Mata. Thank you, Madhurya Mataji. Thank you, Mahaprasad Prabhu. And thank you, you wonderful Vaishnavas. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hare Krishna. So thank you so much to our birthday boys and our birthday girl. We have now reached the end of our program and we have sumptuous prasad awaiting y'all. So before we go to taking prasad, as usual, we will have Aarti and Guru Puja and we will have lovely ecstatic Kirtan. So thank you once again to His Grace Jugananda. Pundit Prabhu, thank you so much for your lovely class and for being here with us. And to perform Aarti this evening, we have His Grace Charanara Vrinda Prabhu, who is a disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami. So Prabhu will come forward and he will do Aarti. And thank you once again to each and every one of you for coming to Namahatta this evening, for being here with us and always giving us your love and support. Yes, the weather was very, very bad earlier on, and I know Madhurya Mataji was panicked. But as usual, you all reciprocate her love so beautifully, and you're always here to share the Namahatta evenings with us. So thank you once again, and I'm going to leave you all in the capable hands of our lovely Kirtan team. Dwarkadesh Prabhu, are you going to be leading Kirtan? So Dwarkadesh Prabhu is doing a lovely service for Srila Prabhupada. This year marks 50 years that Srila Prabhupada came to South Africa, and there's many devotees sitting amongst us that are doing great things. Thank you, keep up the good work, and let us continue to celebrate this 50 years. And thank you once again. Safe travels back home. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Namo
Thank you. His divine presence of Guru Maharaj ki Ananda Koti Vaishnava ki Namahatta Sarvasvapur ki Vaishnava Shri Shri Chaitanya Shri Advaita Radha Shri Shri Gaur Mata ki Shri Radha Krishna Radha Koti Govardhan ki Shri Radha Radha ki Jai Pradhan ki Jai Radha Pradhan ki Jai Haidam ki Jai Mukadam ki Jai Vardhanam ki Jai Rangamaya ki Jai, Rangamaya ki Jai, Josudeva ki Jai, Bhaktiveda ki Jai, Samaveda Bhaktiveda ki Jai, तेरह सौ जगह बोले सुभद्रा महारानी की श्री राधनाथ की जय गौर सुंदर की जय गुरु शिव भगवान की जय गौर